or 10 days, right? Roughly not even 10 days. 1 week only. 7 classes we have, right? If I exclude this Saturday, Sunday, right? So it's not possible for me also to cover each and everything. So what I expect from you is you guys already familiar with the data structures, and you guys can implement the data structures using Java. That you guys have done in the second sim. Yes or no? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hey, this is not the subject class. Here you can. This is a like a voluntary class. You guys want to present. You guys can present, attend the class, or you want to leave. Then you can leave the class. But at least be a interactive, right? It is not like us any course subject we are talking about. This is a like a more like a voluntary subject. If you want to attend, you can attend. If you want to leave, then obviously you can leave. But be responsive whenever I ask something. So tell me one thing, you guys are familiar, you guys know to implement data structures using Java? Hmm?
No, sir.
If you can't implement data structures using Java, then it's really hard to do the competitive coding. You guys heard about competitive coding?
Yes,
आप लोग ने कभी सुना कॉम्पिटेटिव कोडिंग के बारे में? सॉरी, सुने हो?
yes, yes, सुने हैं.
So if you guys are not familiar with the data structures using the Java, then यार यही बताने में तो it will take 3 months. It's itself a course actually. If I start telling the data structures only, then तो हो गया पूरा. You guys know how to implement the array? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Everyone, you guys, if everyone know the array, then we can do few questions based on the array. Okay? The thing is, you guys all have the systems, right? Whatever system you guys use doesn't matter. Here in this class, we talk about the logics and the coding, the implementation part you have to implement because you have done Java in twice actually. Last time maybe Java था?
Yes, sir.
हाँ था तो obviously you guys have to implement like suppose I'm asking given an array you have to find the maximum number, then how will you do? How many students are there in this class? There are roughly 64. Okay, there are roughly 64. Fine. So how will you guys implement? The question is an array is given. How will you find the maximum number among the all numbers, all elements in the array? Getting what I'm saying? Tell me, my screen is visible?
Yes.
So it's like you are given an array. So array have some n numbers. How will you find the maximum number in the array? These are some basic question actually. How will you find the maximum number in the array?
So first we will find the length of the array using dot length. Then we will check each index position by taking suppose I. greater than I plus 1 or not, like that.
Sorry, come again. Finding the length. Suppose you have find the length and I have stored in the variable n. Okay, this is the length.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What next?
Sir, we will select an array. So we will start to do an array like using
Okay.
dot
Okay.
length.
For the further information, I'm saying it is an integer array. Okay. Integer array. Now tell me. Yeah. Sorry. Now you go. It is an integer array where all elements are in integer. Okay. Yeah, you were telling something.
Uh, Sir, first we will create a variable in which we will place the first element of the array. We will assign the first element of the array to the variable. Then
Okay.
we'll
Do you want to?
create a loop from 0 to array.length, and if
Sorry.
that element.
Sorry. Do one by one. Okay. देखो
Okay.
variable when I talk there are two things whenever you implement algorithms एक है और especially strictly I say coding. Two things obviously there is two things. Okay. The thing is यहाँ पे more important होता है algorithm. Algorithm is more important than the coding. Coding because it's like a decoding from one language to other language. The coding you can use anything, right? Either Java, C, C++, Python, any language you are convenient with. But the algorithm, there is only one algorithm which is the optimal algorithm, the best algorithm, and the coding you can do anyway. The same algorithm that is like before doing anything you have a plan, right? कोई काम करने से पहले you make a plan that how I will do. That is what algorithm. So planning is more important. If you don't have a better planning, then obviously you will not end up with a good result. Okay, so when I ask you about the logic, then I'm asking about the algorithm. How will you do? Okay, keep in mind. So I want you guys be a good in algorithms. Okay. So if you are good in algorithm, you can use any language. Okay. Generally, companies coding is important because for the coding you can use any language. There is no restrictions for the particular language only. If you go for the better companies or better interviews, but the algorithm is main. So now tell me. I took the length of the array. This is the length of array. What next? Algorithm देखे हो ना तुम लोग सेकंड सेम में algorithm कैसे लिखा रहता है? Tell in that way. Now what will we do? We have the length. Now hello. 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 Hello.
Yes, sir.
What happened? Now tell me the logic. Hello. What happened?
Yes, sir.
बताओ प्रॉब्लम क्या है लॉजिक बताने के लिए बोल रहा हूँ
Sir, I was saying that. Okay, you say first.
अब you say बोल के कोई मत बोलो.
Sir, I was saying that first we will take the first element of the array in a variable.
Okay, suppose I'm taking some max number. Okay, max array 0.
Then we will run a loop from 0 to array.length.
Okay, एक for loop गया, I गया 0 से n minus 1.
N minus 1. And if max number is less than the array of index I, then we'll
Okay,
replace
you are saying something like math dot max comma. This is what you want to do?
Yes, sir. We can do in this way.
Here, I just have to make it int because math dot max will return double.
Sir, we can do also like that. No, max is if we'll
max. Okay. So
if max is less than array of index I.
That much. I will write something like what is
then
what operator is this?
Ternary operator.
Yes. Okay. Then
we'll replace the largest number between those with max, and like that at the end of the loop we'll get the maximum number.
Okay. So what is the time complexity and the space complexity we have?
Time complexity, big of n.
Time है obviously we are taking this n times, so big O of n. Space complexity. This is the input. So for us, space complexity is constant only.
Okay.
Right? Constant only. We are using variables, right? We are not using any array, anything.
Yes.
Okay. What if I ask you find out the second largest element? How will you do? Second largest element. Now tell me. That's the first largest element. I want second largest element.
First we'll sort the algorithm, then we'll find the second largest.
If you sort the array, then what is the time complexity of this array?
Time complexity.
What is the best sorting algorithm we have?
Quicksort.
Quicksort. What is the time complexity of quicksort?
Time complexity big of n.
Big of
n.
Till the date अभी तक scientists researchers big of n निकाल नहीं पाए sorting के लिए. You are coming with a
new big of n log n.
Turing award.
Big of n log n.
Okay, quicksort is big O of n log n, but that is the best case. What is the worst case time complexity of quicksort? We're talking about the best case.
N square.
N square, right? So we can't go with the big O of with the quicksort.
Yeah.
Everything is already in sorted order, then it will give the n log n square. Which sorting algorithm till date we have, means whatever you have studied?
We have studied.
which average time complexity is n log n. Average in the sense best or worst दोनों if same, then we will say average is. Which is that?
Heap sort.
I think heap sort, again building a heap big of n. There's a one better thing is merge sort you can go. That is a easy one also. Right? Whatever, if you say heap sort also, n log n. N log n is I think for the building heap on, deleting an heap and you rearrange the heap. That is n log n. You have to do n times. Okay, anyway. It is n log n. Right?
Yes, sir.
For sorting, this is n log n. Next. N log n for the sorting. What next? Sorting कर दिया. Next क्या करना है?
After that, at the position of array index 1, it will be the second largest element.
So ठीक है. That is something you did with the brute force method. I want something in n big of n. मुझे big of n में करके दिखाओ इसको.
Big of n.
How will you do big of n? Getting what I'm saying? समझ में आ रहा है मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ? Big of n means one traversal में करना है. How will you do this?
सर अगर सॉर्ट मेथड लगा दे तो?
सॉर्ट मेथड में ही तो n log n लग जाएगा.
हाँ सर, मतलब नहीं, arrays डॉट सॉर्ट मेथड लगाने से उसमें तो एक लाइन में हो जाएगा ना, हमें और कुछ फॉर लूप लगाने का जरूरत नहीं है.
बैकग्राउंड में तो सॉर्टिंग ही करता है ना.
हाँ तो नहीं सर, आप बोले जैसे कि ओवन मेथड ओवन मतलब कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी में लाना है और इसमें और जो
ढंग से सुनो मैं जो बोल रहा हूँ. सपोज आई हैव एन एरे. इफ आई राइट एरे डॉट सॉर्ट, ठीक है, आई डोंट नो द एग्जैक्ट सिंटैक्स. दिस इज द सिंटैक्स टू सॉर्ट एन एरे.
सर array डॉट सॉर्ट.
हाँ ठीक है, array. आई एम सेइंग एरे नेम इज arr इज द एरे डॉट सॉर्ट.
यस सर, यस.
ओके, ये जो सॉर्टिंग देख रहे हो ना यहाँ पे सॉर्ट, ये फंक्शन सेम फंक्शन है व्हाट एवर वी आर डिस्कसिंग. आइदर इट इज अ मस्ट सॉर्ट और सम सॉर्ट. अगेन ये बैकग्राउंड में इसका वही कोड लिखा गया, इसका फिर से वही लेगा, बिग ऑफ n log n ही लेगा इसको. You are not writing the sort algorithm, right? You are not implementing the sort because Java itself giving some library where sort is already implemented. But the way they implemented, that will again take the time big of n log n only. You are getting or not? समझ में आ रहा है मैं क्या बोलूं या फिर से बोलूं?
Yes sir, yes sir, yes sir.
तुम इंपोर्ट कर रहे हो एवरी टाइम बिकॉज सॉर्टिंग इज अ वेरी फेमस एल्गोरिदम एवरीवन यूज. तो जावा ने क्या किया, एक डिफॉल्ट लाइब्रेरी बना दिया, पब्लिक लाइब्रेरी, एनीवन कैन यूज. तुम खुद से लिखो या उसको इंपोर्ट करो, टाइम कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी सेम रहने वाला है. इट डजंट मैटर कि मैंने एक लाइन में लिख दिया तो ये बिग ऑफ एन हो जाएगा, कांस्टेंट टाइम में हो जाएगा. नॉट लाइक दैट, बिकॉज समवेयर दिस होल मेथड इज देयर, राइट? सॉर्ट क्या है यहाँ पे? मेथड है. तो ऑब्वियसली कहीं पे तो वो मेथड होगा इम्प्लीमेंटेड जिसमें उसका सॉर्टिंग का बॉडी होगा. इट विल टेक big O of n log n. How will you do? Somewhere you have to do as you have done for this one. इसके लिए जैसे किए हो वैसे ही करोगे.
Sir, if we create another array, means empty array,
Okay.
and whenever we'll get a max number, we'll put that max number in that array.
Okay.
And after the loop, that empty array will be filled with means all the elements from increasing or decreasing order. Then we can find the second largest.
Okay. Suppose I have an element. बोल रहे हो तो एक इनपुट देता हूँ. Inputs are like, बोलो कुछ inputs.
2, 10, 15, 32, 46.
ये गिवन है, ये इनपुट है हमारा. ओके, नाउ टेल व्हाट यू आर सेइंग.
I'm saying that we'll declare an empty array. Then
What is the
we'll-
size of the array?
the size of the array will be this array's length. Means
How will
arr dot length
that
will
how
be
much
its
array size
size.
होना चाहिए? Because you don't know, right, what is the input size until unless at the runtime only you will get to know the size of input array.
Then after runtime we'll declare that.
Can you do
Means
that?
no, means I am saying that we have this array. So if we'll do means array dot length, then we'll get the length of this array,
Okay.
and we can take that length in that empty array.
But can you do that? वो मैं पूछ रहा हूँ.
Yeah, maybe.
Check करो. Check करो. Instead of taking the length, take the input from the user and create an array of that size. Just see, is it working? Runtime, because array is a static data structure, right? Static means compile time में you have to tell the size of the array. Then how will you fix it at the runtime? Runtime में कैसे बना पाओगे? Array का drawback वही है ना कि it is static. You can't increase or decrease at the runtime. Then how will you make at runtime?
Uh-huh.
Suppose for your logic, I'm saying n is fixed, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, n equal to 7. I said the algorithm you have to write for the 7 elements. The array size is 7 fix. Then
We will create an empty array with of length 7, and then we'll run a loop from 0 to array dot length, and when we'll get the max number of
how?
the
Suppose I have another empty array I have created. Okay. Okay.
uh,
Okay. Have I done? Okay. Now tell.
we'll run a loop from 0 to n minus 1,
Okay.
and
Loop हो गया I 0 to n minus 1.
First we'll store that array of index 0 means in an variable means
In a variable you want to store. Okay.
max is
Suppose I
equals
have.
to
Suppose.
a
Okay. You are talking about the max. Then I will write array 0. Okay.
uh,
Next.
then we'll do inside that loop that if max is less than array of index I, then we'll replace the number with max, and we
Yeah.
will
Okay. Do one thing. Write
no
down
sir,
the
it will
logic
be a
in your
nested
book
loop.
and then share with. Then do the screen share whatever you can.
No, sir, it will not possible. And it will.
No, do that thing. Write down
No,
on your
sir,
book.
I got it. It will be not possible because.
And this is also if you are using another array, then the space complexity will be big O of n.
Yeah.
Can we make it time will be big O of n because you have to travel at least once, and the space is big O of 1. Can we do it? That is the challenge. Okay, and moreover, I highly recommend you guys, because you are from the CS. Join. Are you guys in any website like HackerRank, HackerHealth, CodeChef, LeetCode?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do coding that starts with the easy problems. As much you can do, that is good for you. You have time for the 2 years. By the 4 years, fourth year, you will be somewhere good in the coding. Now tell me the logic. Think about the logic. Do one thing. Do the dry run in your book. Then tell me. Then come to me.
Sir, if we run a loop, means first we'll run one loop, then we'll run another loop, then it will be big of n, no, time complexity.
Sure, you are talking about once you will run first loop, then what will it do?
It will find the largest element.
Okay.
Then after that, we'll run another loop in which uh, we'll find the second largest element.
Okay. ठीक है, that is also one kind of answer. Okay. Now, if I say you have to do in one iteration only, then एक ही iteration में करना है, दो नहीं, एक. How?
एक iteration.
So we can make a loop from 0 to array dot length, and
Okay.
we
Array
will
dot length है, array dot length minus 1.
minus 1. Then we will initiate two variables like largest and second largest.
Do one thing, na. Instead of saying, just write down the logic on your book.
Okay, sir.
Then we can see.
Okay, sir.
Sir, mm,
Yeah.
If we will do means one loop in which we'll take two variables, means one max and second max, and
Okay.
we'll assign the first element to the max element, and we'll iterate a loop, and when the array element is greater than the max element, we'll assign that greater than element to max and max element to second max, and at the end of the loop we will get maximum element and second maximum element.
Okay. So suppose the array is like, okay, just go back and tell me what is the initial value of second max?
Initial value of second max, second element of the array.
Second element of the array. Okay.
Maximum
And
will be the first
what if
element.
what is the condition? If new element is greater than max element, then max element will come to second max, and max will get the new value,
New
right?
element.
What if the first element, that is zeroth index element, is the itself a maximum number?
Sir, we will put the value as integer dot mean value.
Okay, integer dot mean, that is also a good move.
And then we will
Then
compare.
Hayes logic will never work, because you can't put a, you know, integer dot min, you are saying, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, write down the code then.
If the first element itself is a max element,
No, if the first element itself a largest element, then your logic will not work. You have to initialize with the integer dot min. Then it will, I think, work. But anyhow, write the code.
no sir, you asked me what if the first element is the max element.
Whatever you have told, in that case, if the first element itself a largest element in the array, then if you go further, then you will not get any element which is greater than the max, right? And in that sense, you are not updating the second max. Second max, it may be like it's not a second max you initialized with the first index, that is index 1. That is may not the second max element. Are you getting what I'm telling?
Okay, yeah, getting it.
So yeah, if you initialize with integer dot min, then that will may work, I think. Just write down the code.
Can I show the code?
Sorry?
Can I show the code?
Yeah, you can. You don't have the permission. Who's this? Just raise your hand. Okay, you guys have the permission. Okay, fine. Okay, if no, it's only the loop you are saying. What is the initialized values? That's what I want to see. Why don't you guys log in?
Large and second large is equal to integer dot mean value.
Min. Okay, both are integer dot min. Then if array I is greater than length,
Greater than large.
greater than large. Okay.
And large
Then second. Why don't you write you guys log in with the system? That way you can write the code, right? Instead of writing this. Okay, you can turn off. Okay, it's okay. Let me analyze where you are going wrong. The way you are telling.
କାଇଁ ଗୋଟେ ପାଟି କରୁଛ ରହୁନ ଟିକେ
Okay, you can unmute yourself. Sorry, Swen Dev Datta. Sorry, someone tell her to mute the part. No, I did. Leave. So much violence. Hmm. Okay, let's analyze your code. Let's analyze your code. So you are saying max, max and suppose s max, max, okay, इतना मैं भी नहीं लिखना चाहता. Max 1 and max 2. Okay, both are like, okay, I'm writing some integers, shortcuts. Leave that. Okay, दोनों को इंटीजर से मैंने min से इनिशियलाइज कर दिया. Then I will go for loop where I will go 0 to n minus 1. You are saying if ar I is greater than max 1, right? This is what you are doing, right?
Yes, sir.
Then what you are doing, max 2 is max 1 and max 1 is equal to array I. This is what you are doing, right? Okay, if I analyze, okay, yeah, I think it will work. Can you write a code for it and cross check the things?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, do that. Everyone write the code for it. The logic is clear, the straightforward logic. Write the code for it. Okay. Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
By the time, if you have done this, then there is another question. Okay, we'll discuss both at once. Okay. Given a array, you have given a array. Okay. There are n elements in the array. Every element comes twice. Okay. Twice except one. Find the unique element which came only once. Okay. The brute force method you can use big O of n square, but I want you guys to come up with a logic where you can implement with big O of n. Clear? Unique element which only came once, like in this case 5 is the answer. Okay. So do these both questions we will discuss. Okay. Question clear? hai?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Do it then. Okay. I will give you 10 minutes, then do it, then we can discuss. I'm turning off my screen.
Robbie, cago com
Yeah, hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So have you guys done?
The first one I have written the code, sir. Second one,
Okay. What about the second one?
second one we can use two loops, sir.
Uh, don't like exaggerate the things. So do the dry run and see is it working or not. Whenever you say, you should have a proper explanation. मैंने हवा में बातें मत करो. Just do the dry run and see is it working or not. Whatever you are saying. Okay. Okay. And first question, this finding the second element was quite easy for the coding purpose, right? So I want you guys to implement the second one, that is finding the unique element. First, come up with the logic of big of n square. That is a brute force method. First come up with the logic where you can implement big of n square. Then you can implement big of n. Okay? First come up with the logic of big of n square first. Okay? You can write the algorithm so that we can discuss. Okay? Yeah, hello. Hello. हुआ क्या? ओके ओके, वो वाली हो गई ना, सेकंड लार्जेस्ट एलिमेंट निकालना.
Yes, sir.
ओके ओके, ये जो यूनिक एलिमेंट का बोला हूँ, कैन यू डू दिस इन बिग ऑफ एन स्क्वायर? बिग ऑफ एन स्क्वायर में ये काफी इजी सम है. बिग ऑफ एन, सॉरी, बिग ऑफ एन स्क्वायर, व्हेन आई टॉक अबाउट द एन स्क्वायर.
Yes, sir, I can try.
ओके, गिव अ ट्राई देन.
ये फंक्शन क्या करता है कि जो पॉइंटर है, एक्सिस जो फाइल पॉइंटर है, वो उसको एज आर्गुमेंट इनपुट लेता है और वो क्या करता है, वहां पे कैरेक्टर को कैरेक्टर वाइज कैरेक्टर को बेसिकली मेरा प्रिंट करता है. ठीक है, मतलब बेसिकली रिटर्न करता है. तो एक वेट सी है, ये रिटर्न करेगा कैरेक्टर, और ये तब तक रिटर्न करता रहेगा जब तक कि ये कैरेक्टर जो रिटर्न कर रहा है, एक वेट सी जो कैरेक्टर रिटर्न कर रहा है, एक वेट सी जो कैरेक्टर रिटर्न कर रहा है, वो एंड ऑफ फाइल कैरेक्टर जब तक नहीं होता है तब तक ये मेरा लूप वाइल लूप चलता रहेगा. और एंड ऑफ फाइल ये है, एंड ऑफ फाइल जो कैरेक्टर है वो बेसिकली इसका एक्टिव है 26 होता है.
ठीक है, देखो,
और ये
at least come up with n square logic. N square बहुत easy है. You have to use two loops. Okay, nested loops use होगा. N square में at least n square I expect you guys to do. Okay, do it. We'll discuss by 11:30. Okay, 10 minutes you can take. 11:30 we will discuss again.
इसमें
Hello.
फाइल को फाइनली क्या करना है, सेव करना है हार्ड डिस्क में। तो जब भी तुम
Hello.
ओपन फंक्शन
Yes,
लिखोगे,
sir, I have completed.
Completed which one? Both.
Both.
Okay. So for the first one it is okay. So what is the logic for the second one? Show.
Sir, share my screen.
Yeah, sure.
जो पॉइंटर रिटर्न किया उसी पे बेसिकली एफ क्लोज कर रहा है, मतलब जो फाइल ये ओपन किया है एफ ओपन, और जो एड्रेस रिटर्न किया उसी एड्रेस पे जो फाइल है उसको ये क्लोज कर रहा है, मतलब सेव कर रहा है इसको
Okay.
हार्ड डिस्क पे। तो ये दोनों ऑपरेशन
No, Spotify I don't want.
मतलब अगर तुम एफ ओपन लिखते हो तो एफ क्लोज यू मस्ट राइट, ठीक है।
Yeah. Okay.
तो देखो
Okay.
ये मोड से था, कैसे ऑपरेशन किया एफ ओपन का क्या क्या काम है, बाकी इस सर्च
Sir, should I stop sharing now?
Yeah, I can see. Wait. What you are doing is. What you are doing is okay. Which element is the unique?
So 15.
15 is the unique. Okay, rest of comes twice, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So first length is this. And okay. So generally, that eighth number logic where you have written I is not equal to j, that is actually good. That you should write. Otherwise, it will not. Okay. Okay. Break. If this is equal, break. What it is? If j equal to a dot length.
So after the j loop runs total matlab full a dot length times, and then it is increment, then this will print. Otherwise, this will not print.
Sorry, I did not get. Suppose for the first element I is equal to 0, where we are talking about the element of 3. Element is 3. For that you went like this. Okay, okay, I got. Okay.
Without the if statement, it prints every number.
Just a second. Array will go. You're talking about if I'm. Okay, that is good. And that also, if you are printing, you can break here also. After line number 13 also break. You can break a I loop also. Because once you are printing a number, that means you got the unique number. You don't need to search again for the next I iteration. Right?
Yes, sir.
And here also you can break the I loop. Okay, fine. But what is the time complexity of this code?
N square.
N square, right? The question is, can we make it in less than n square? Can we do this? One thing we can do is, can you come up with the better than n square? See?
Sir, we can do XOR operation.
XOR operation, okay. Before that is the optimal solution if you have come up. But I'm talking about all possible solutions we can do. That is one thing, JOR operation exactly we will do. But before that, come up with other logics. Because JOR operation will take big of n. But can you come up with is better than n square? Like, what if I sort the array?
लेकिन जो हाँ यही बात बोल रहा हूँ कैरेक्टर सिंगल कोट्स में होता है लेकिन यहाँ आर जो है वो डबल कोट्स में इसलिए है क्योंकि आर को ना जो सी लाइब्रेरी में डिफाइन किया गया है वो एज ए स्ट्रिंग डिफाइन किया गया है
Sort the array first.
इसको
Then you will get something, right? Where
ठीक है इसके पीछे रीजन है तो अगर एक
where suppose what is our input we have? Okay, this one only. Suppose if I sort this array, then what is the array we get? Suppose it is an increasing array, then 1 1, right? 1 1 2 2. This is what we get, right? 3 3 4 4 and 5. This is what we get, right? If I sort this array, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So if I suppose I will take I equal to 0 and I will check I means array I is equal to you can write other also I plus 1 means I will check this one. I will increment by not 1, it will increment by 2. Okay, this one everything you have to write while I must be less than length, that is n. I is what is it? 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So I is 0, I and I plus 1 is equal to yes, obviously. Then I got increment, I now here it is. Again I will compare these two. If this is, then I will increment again. Are you getting what I am saying? If I sort the array, obviously similar elements will be adjacent. Yes or no?
Sir, if the first element is not repeated, like if 1 is not repeated, then
obviously you will not get the next line. Then obviously you will break the loop and you will say this is the unique number. Are you getting what I'm saying?
yes, sir.
अगर repeated होगा then obviously उसके बगल में adjacent ही होंगे दोनों, right?
Yes, sir.
When adjacents are not similar, then you will say this is the not a duplicate number, this is a unique number. Okay, someone told about the XOR. Now tell me the why, what is XOR? XOR का operation क्या है? What is the truth table for the XOR? First thing, what is the truth table for the XOR? 1 0 0 1 0 0 1 1. बताओ, what is the truth table for the XOR? What is the truth table for the XOR?
Sir, if both values are true or false, then it will return false.
Both values are same, then it will false, right? Otherwise it is true. This is what it is, right? Right?
Yes, sir.
So suppose I have an array where this is the array I have. Okay? I have some element a equal to 0. Now when I do a equal to a XOR 2, this is the sign of XOR. If you remember, this is the sign of XOR. Okay? Then what is the answer? This is a bitwise. Top on that it is a bitwise. For the sake of let's take 4 bits representation. And what is the answer we will get? 0,
0 0 1 0.
right? So A become 2. Next I will do A equal to A XOR 3. Then what it is? Then what it is? This has become 1. See, it will work or not. So अगर इसमें फिर से करना है, see, what is this? A equal to 3.
ये सारे फैक्टर्स का काउंट है, टोटल नंबर ऑफ फैक्टर्स.
Getting what I'm saying?
I N.
सुन मेरे, मैंने क्या किया यहाँ पे? Calculation.
नंबर ऑफ ब्लैंक जो है वो 6 है, नंबर ऑफ टैग्स
Hello.
43 है.
नहीं सर, नहीं समझ.
Okay. See, XOR सिमिलर होगा तो 0 आएगा, अदरवाइज 1 आएगा, right?
Yes.
Okay. Suppose we are taking an array. I will take a small array, not a heavy array. Like एक array लिया हूँ.
देखो इसमें इस कोड में हुआ क्या?
2,
हर एक
3, 2. Okay. 3 elements only. So I will do each element XOR करूंगा. ठीक है. Initially एक वैल्यू लिया हूँ A equal to 0. Now मैं करूंगा A equal to A XOR array का 0th element. This is a bitwise operator. This is a bitwise operator. Then how will it work? Okay. So it is. मैं सबसे कम लेना चाहता हूँ. What is the smallest unit we have to represent the integer? Smallest data type. Smallest data type in Java. Because, huh?
Byte.
So in byte, how many bits we have?
8.
8. Then how will you represent A in the byte? A is 0. Then all are zeros, right?
Yes sir.
8. How will you represent 2 in the 8 byte representation?
1 0, all zeros.
So I have to do XOR. XOR is the operation. Then what is the result? Same रहेगा तो 0, different रहेगा तो 1. So इस operation के बाद, see this operation, after this operation, what is the value of A?
2.
2. So हो गया 2.
Yes.
Okay. Next again A को मैं सेकेंड एलिमेंट से करूंगा. मैंने 2 को यहीं से मैं कर रहा हूँ. सेकेंड एलिमेंट क्या है? 3 है. व्हाट इज द रिप्रेजेंटेशन ऑफ 3 इन 8 बाइट्स?
1 1.
दिस इज राइट. ये 2 है मेरा, ये 3 है. तो अगेन आई हैव टू डू XOR. XOR करूंगा तो क्या आएगा? सेम 0 1 1. ये 0 0 0. क्या आया? अपडेटेड वैल्यू
1.
1 है. The new updated value of A is 1. Okay. ये 1 है. Now again I will do the next element. That is 2. Then what is the representation of 2?
1 0.
अब इसको XOR करो. 1 1. क्या आया?
3.
3. Then 3 A equal to 3. देखो यूनिक एलिमेंट मिल गया अपने को.
Yes sir.
This is how the computer works. For the sake of your understanding, you can do like this कि similar elements रहेगा तो 0 देगा. Okay? Okay?
Yes, sir.
और मैं उस जीरो के साथ दूसरा एलिमेंट, जो भी एलिमेंट है, उसको एक्सॉर करूंगा तो वही एलिमेंट देगा।
ठीक है।
इसको ऐसे ढूंढ सकते हो, ऐसे अंडरस्टैंड कर सकते हो। सपोज ये है मेरे पास, ये इक्वल टू 0 है, पहले 0 3 में होगा तो ऑब्वियसली 3 मिलेगा, ठीक है। और इसमें और एक 3 है तो समवेयर, देखो ये ऐसे है, ये है टोटल, ये ऐसे है, ओके।
Yes, sir.
तो इन सबका एग्जॉर देखो, 3 और 3 0, ओके, 0, यहाँ पे एक 0 है, 0 0 0 0 2 डिफरेंट है, ऑब्वियसली 2 देगा यहाँ।
Okay,
This is how, तुम्हारे अंडरस्टैंडिंग के लिए, बट बैकग्राउंड में कंप्यूटर में ऐसे ही काम होता है। दिस इज द वे दे वर्क। This is how they work in the background. So can you guys code it? Code it?
Yes, sir.
लिखो तब, कोड करो इसको, कोड लिखो। 11:50 we will again discuss. Okay? I'm stopping the screen sharing. Okay? करो। I'm giving 5 minutes for the coding. Code it.
अगर
हो गया?
suppose कि वो फाइल नहीं है जिसमें हमें append करना है तो एक नया फाइल क्रिएट होता है
Yes, sir.
Okay.
उसको append करना है।
Share if you can.
Yes.
कौन है मुझे पता?
Okay.
मुझे check करना है,
Okay. Is it working?
Yes, sir. It's okay.
Okay. Fine. So this is the best method to implement to find the unique number. Okay. Just reverse the question, like all number are unique. There is a one number which comes twice. Then what is that number? How will you find that one?
Red plus mode में क्या होता है कि वैसे ही होता है ये फाइल को ओपन करेगा
Right.
कैरेक्टर को रिटर्न करेगा
Yep.
ठीक है ना इसमें क्या होता है रीड और राइट हम दोनों कर सकते हैं
Hello.
इसमें क्या है रीड और राइट दोनों किया जा सकता है एग्जिस्टिंग कंटेंट को मॉडिफाई कर सकते हैं
Hello.
इसी तरह से राइट प्लस में क्या है
Hello.
हम नया कंटेंट लिख सकते हैं उसमें रीड कर सकते हैं
Yeah.
जो भी एग्जिस्टिंग है उसको भी
Getting my question? Now the
Yes.
real question. Finding the duplicate. All are unique except one. Which is that one? You have to find. How will you do that? First come up with the brute force method.
क्या होगा एग्जिस्टिंग है तो वो इसी तरह से प्लस है ठीक है और रीड करने के लिए भी मिलता है और अपेंड करने के लिए भी मिलता है लेकिन ये मॉडिफाई नहीं कर
What is the brute force method and what is the time complexity?
ठीक है ये सारा ऑप्शन है फाइल्स को लेकर ठीक है ये सब नेक्स्ट लाइन में अगर लैब रहा तो इसके ऊपर कुछ प्रोग्राम करोगे तो और भी क्लियर हो जाएगा बाकी मैंने ये प्रोग्राम को मैं दिखा दिया एक काउंट का एक दिखा दिया एक ये एग्जाम्पल दिखा दिया इसीलिए एक और दिखाया था काउंट कर देना ठीक है तो फाइल एक नहीं है फाइल में बहुत कुछ नहीं है ठीक है फाइल में तुम्हारा यही था ओपनिंग एंड क्लोजिंग ऑफ टेक्स्ट फाइल और आईओ ऑपरेशन आईओ ऑपरेशन बता दिए रीड राइट अपेंड ठीक है ये सब आईओ ऑपरेशन है
Sir, in brute force method, we will compare each number with all the other numbers. And whenever number is repeated, we will print it. Time will be n square.
N square, right? So now the same. Can you come up with the unique solution? That is means big of n. Listen, there are two things you have to mention and four possibilities: time complexity, space complexity. Okay. So when you are doing n square, what is the space complexity?
1 constant.
Okay. Yeah. So can you do it in big of n? Means big of n time complexity. Space complexity you can take big of n also for the sake of solution. Okay. Okay. Do you guys know how to implement hash function?
Yes, sir.
So can you take a help of hash function where
Will
hash
will
table you have to maintain where the space complexity is big of n. What I'm telling is what you should do is, suppose I have some array, uh, okay, what it can be, 2 1 5 6 7 9 1 10. Okay, so the hash table is, how will you take the maximum number? There are a couple of ways. Okay, so what is the size of the hash table? What can be the size of the hash table? Hmm? What is the size of the hash table? Means for this question, what should be the size of hash table?
2
7.
times a dot length.
Sorry,
2 times a
7.
dot.
2 times a dot length. Okay. Okay. 2 times a dot length. Okay, that is also fine. Now what we will do? If it is a 2 times a dot length, means here the size of n is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So telling this should be 16. Then then
Sir, I don't remember hash table.
okay, there are a couple of ways. What I can recall, means you can do in that way also. As I told, there are a couple of ways you can do. Okay, one way is, there is a vector called, right? There is a vector, right, in Java, which is a dynamic in nature. Huh?
Yes, sir.
It's also there, right? So if I say the maximum, what is the max element in this? 10,
10.
right? So here I will take this size is 10. How many is this? Okay, this may be a not a optimal solution. Okay, let's give a try actually. 4 5 6 7. Okay, 7, and I will say this is array 1, इसका नाम दे दिया array 2. Okay, I will make a traversal for 1, for I loop 0 to n minus 1, that is 7. Okay, so for each array 1 element, what I will do is, okay, these all got initialized with the implicit and initialization. All will become 0, or you can do explicitly. When I do array I, okay, क्या किया मैंने? Okay, coming, suppose I equal to 0. Okay, I equal to 0, then इसका वैल्यू क्या आएगा? This value, array 1 bracket में I, what is that?
2.
2. This is 2. So array 2 का second index, right? That means उसको मैंने क्या किया? +1 किया. That means it become 1, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay.
सर
Now this got incremented. Now बताओ ये क्या है? 1. So array first को increment करना है, तो this got 1. Okay. Now this got incremented 2. Then this one will become 5, right? Then array 5, array 2 का 5 को increment करना है, that is this got 1. Getting मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ?
Yes.
And next this got 3. Then array 1 का 3 6 है, then यहाँ पे इसको increment कर दो. Now this is 4. Then 4 में क्या array 1 का 7 है, then 7th index 1 increment हो गया. Okay. Now this become 5. Then fifth index देखो, fifth index में 9 है, then 9 को increment कर रहा हूँ. Now 6, sixth index में 1 है, तो 1 को increment कर रहा हूँ. Now ये 7, 7 में 10 है, 10, okay 10 है, तो सॉरी ये 10 तक लेना होगा ना. 10 है तो 10th इंडेक्स को 1 करूंगा. This is done. Now you will travel once this array 2 और चेक करना कि किसका इंडेक्स में वैल्यू 2 है, और वो इंडेक्स हमारा आंसर है. This is somewhat like bucket sorting, bucket account sorting. देखे ना bucket sort?
Yes, sir.
ये लॉजिक समझ आया?
Yes, sir.
There may be a better algorithms. This may not be an optimal one also. Okay. What you guys can do is, what I can see, what I observe from you. So you guys what should do is implement data structures as much you can in any language you are convenient with. C, C++, Java, Python, whatever it is. If you don't know the basic implementation of those algorithms, the data structures and algorithms, then truly speaking, you guys will get confused, or you guys will not get the logic, how to implement the things. So what I suggest is go and first implement as much you can. Like today we will implement all stack and queue, next day data linked list, recursions. Like that you guys keep on doing the stuff. Just implement, you know the logic that is in book also, then try to implement. ये क्या होगा ना, at least तुम्हारा coding better हो जाएगा, hands on हो जाएगा coding. Logic is something is not come in one day. Okay, logics you have to practice, but for the coding, just do just implement those data structures and algorithms, then that's enough actually. तुम्हारा hands on हो जाएगा. Not even algorithms, if strictly data structures, stack, queue, linked list and all. There is a shortcuts, inbuilt libraries also to use stack and queue, but for the hands-on, implement from the scratch. Don't use libraries, implement from the scratch. Stack का क्या क्या operations है? Stack operations. हाँ, हेलो, हेलो. हेलो, सुनाई पड़ रहा है कि नहीं?
Sir, I remember push, pop, and is full is empty.
ओके, यू रिमेम्बर. थिक एलिमेंट भी एक होता है, टॉप एलिमेंट.
Yes, sir.
So that is what, if you are not sure with the data structures, then it is pretty hard to do the coding, competitive coding especially. Okay. This 1 week of time we will fully focus on the array and the strings. Okay. I don't know how much. Have you guys done AD1 algorithm design?
Yes, sir.
AD1 भी हो गया. Then you guys know the dynamic programming, graphs and all? Yes sir, no बोलो ना, इसमें क्या इतना सोचने का है?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, but the thing is, you know the algorithm, try to implement from the scratch. If you don't write the codes, then coding खराब हो जाएगा. You know, in exams, not in the semester exams, but in the interview exams, you will struggle. Because there you can't use, right? Syntax अगर भूल गए उस time पे, then it's a big mistake. It's something like a, you know the answer and तुम्हारा handwriting बहुत slow है, then you can't complete the paper. Handwriting improve करने के लिए क्या करते हैं? We keep on writing as much we can write for the practice purpose. So the same thing coding के लिए भी you have to implement those things. Stack, queue, linked list, tree, graph, whatever is there, you have to implement. Otherwise you are going to suffer in the exams, interviews especially. Tell me one thing, okay? Yeah, you guys can write the sorting algorithms, right? You guys can or can't?
Sir, your voice was not coming. It was some
Hello?
static sound.
Hello, now?
Now it's audible.
Okay, I'm asking, you guys can write a logic for the sorting?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, tell me one thing. How will you find a number is even or odd?
We will do the number %2. If even, then it will return 0. If odd, it will return 1.
If I ask you, you can't use any conditional operators. Then you can't use any conditional.
Sir, using bit manipulation we can do.
How? How using bit manipulation?
So if you do the AND function and see the MSB bit if it is 0 or if it is 1, so you can get the even or odd.
No, if I'm telling the input is a number and output should be even or odd. That one word you have to print, even or odd, whatever it is. The input is a number and you can't use any conditional operator. Then how will you do? Just write down the logic if you have any.
We can convert it into a string and check whether the last digit is 0, 2, 4, 6, 8 or not. If yes, then even, else odd.
Again, you are doing the checking operation where you have to use conditional operator. For checking, you have to use conditional operator. Again, I'm telling you can't use conditional operators. How will you do without using conditional operators? Conditional operator, you know, right? Greater than, less than, greater than, equal to, less than, equal to, not equal to. Without using these operators, how will you do? समझ में आ रहा है मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ?
Sir, we can convert and the number to binary. If the last digit is 0, then even.
How will you convert a number into binary without using conditional operator? Tell me. How will you convert a number into binary? For that you have to use some loop.
Yes.
If you use the loop, then you have to, for the condition again, you have to use conditional operator. Then how will you do? Okay, I can give a hint. You have to use an array, and array size is 2.
So we will store even at 0th index and odd at first index.
Okay.
Then we will do array that number %2 index. If it comes 1, then it will print odd. If even, then 0, then print even.
Yeah. So everyone got the answer? सबको समझ आया उसने क्या कहा?
So can you explain it once?
What he is saying is, I will take an array which is string array. Okay, whose size is 2, and जिसका पहला होगा even and next one is odd. Okay, I have a number n which has some number, okay, whatever it has the input, or even you can hard code the number. What I will write is system.out.println add n percentile 2. This is the answer. Actually, this is the code, actually 3 lines code. Let's take an example. Let's take some value of n. बोलो कोई एक value.
17.
17. 17 is odd or even?
Odd.
N percentile 2. That means 17 percentile 2. What is the answer? Turn off you have so much noise. So array 1 में क्या है? Odd है. So obviously it will print odd. Suppose I am taking n equal to 20. Then n percentile 2, that is 20 percentile 2. What is the remainder we have? 0. array 0 में क्या है, even है, then it will print even. Getting what I said? समझ आ रहा?
Yes, sir.
What about others? Who asked the question? How it is working? Okay. If you understood this one, tell me one thing. Okay, there are two books I recommend because of you guys are from the CS. Even I do read those books. This is not for this only, for the entire your life. If you want to survive in the software industry, then these two books are very much important. Okay. Those books are, one is yeah, this is Narasimha Karumanchi. This book is this one, Data Structures and Algorithm Made Easy. This book. Okay, I don't know you don't need to buy this one. There is a PDF is available. Okay, in internet you can take that one. See, यहीं पे PDF. Yeah, PDF is available if you search on the internet. So you don't need to buy this book, but go through this book one. If you can buy, then buy it, because it is worth actually buying this book. Because the way they explain the problem, there are tons of problems there, and for every problem they gave the solution. But the way they explain those problems, that is most important one. And the implementation, they did implementation in C only. But yeah, there is a logic. First वो लोग theory discuss किए, then they come up with the logic. They come up with the code. Yeah. Data structures and algorithm made easy. So this is a good one. I recommend actually. And the next one is, there was one book called, this one, Cracking the Coding Interview. This is actually why I'm recommending this. This is actually written in Java, I think. Okay. This is also available, free PDF is available on website. Okay, in various website you can download the PDF. You don't need to buy. Okay, if you can afford, then you can go for it, but this is worth buying these two books. This is not that much because this is specific to some questions, and those questions you can get on internet also. There is tons of websites like LeetCode, HackerRank, HackerHealth. So there also you can get the coding interview questions. But the thing is, why I recommending this book has a pattern, okay, coding patterns. And yeah, this book is the good one, the Data Structures and Algorithm Made Easy. Go for it. There's a free PDF copy is also available. You can buy that one also. And these two books, especially this Karumanchi book, you need for your lifelong. Okay. Where we were. So what I'm telling, just tell me one thing. Okay. A and B has some value. Okay, A and B has some value. If I do A by B, then what is the data type of this? What is the data type? Hello? Hello? You guys want break? Then we can have a break for the 15 minutes or not. What happened? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir. So both are int, so I think it will be integer.
Integer. Okay. If I have then now
So double.
now
And now also double.
okay. Okay. So I told keep in mind that so we are going to use this one. If suppose a equal to 5 and b equal to 2, then what is the answer of this? Integer 5 by integer 2.
So 2.
2. Now write a code where you have to find max of two numbers without using conditional operator. No conditional operators, no built-in function. कैसे करोगे? Getting my point? Find
Yes,
the
sir.
max of two number. Okay, somewhere like you have to use this one. ये use करना होगा. Do. Let's discuss by 12:45. Okay. Okay. Who is this? Mails for Sanjog? Sanjog. Sanjog. Hello. Plus required. Okay. Okay. Okay, this is one way. What if I will ask you that you can't even use this if and else or switch cases. This is also good answer, but can you make without using if and else, like also switch case? You're not able to turn on the mic. Okay, let me see. Mails. Okay, raise your hand. Raise your hand. Don't send in WhatsApp. You can, sorry, in. Let me check. You guys have the permission, what I can see.
So can we use ternary operator and write?
Sorry. Which question is this?
Maximum number.
Is the max or min, right? I asked not to use any conditional operator in while you are comparing. So A is greater than 0 or not. For that it is the. What is the logic? I never see such logic. What you are doing? Okay. No, A is greater than 0. That greater sign is a conditional operator again. See this one. The first implement that Sanjog has written. This is some more good to find the maximum number. But I just want to make you guys to write in such a way that you should not use if and else and switch cases. Because switch cases background somewhere they do a conditional operator only. If and else are switch cases. You can use. What happened to you? You are not able to unmute your mic. Himanshu?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, if you are okay. You are not able to unmute or what you are texting there, no? That is what. Okay, we can use a plus b. Suppose 2 or 5. Then second, then a minus b. Will it work always? Three. Will it work always? Yeah, this seems like it will work, but I'm not sure that will it work for every example. That is a plus b plus maths dot ab as absolute value of the difference of a minus b.
It will work on every number.
Okay, let me check then. Minus 2, minus 1. Minus 2, minus 1. 3. Okay, what if I give minus 2, minus 1?
-1.
Will it work that in this case? That is what I'm thinking. Minus 2 plus 1. Minus 2, minus 1, minus 2 plus 1. This is minus 4. Okay, yeah, it is working. Yeah, it is working in this case. Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Do you guys have any other logic? This is working. This is working fine. Himanshu. This is working fine for the. I have tried 3 different inputs. Like both are positive, both are negative, and one positive, one negative. So for all 3 cases, it is working fine. But can you come up with the other logic? Like suppose. This is one. Right? What I'm doing here is, if A is greater than B, then what is the value of A by B?
So 1 is greater than 0.
Greater than 0, right? If I do this, okay, if I do A by B, A is greater than 0. Can I convert this into bull? Bull can't be resolved to the data type. No, I cannot. A by B 0. If A is less than B, then A1 is 0, right? If A is less than B, then A1 is 0. Okay, and 0, and B is less than A, then B is 0. So no, can we do in any other form?
So we can use math.max, right?
Or math.math for what purpose?
Sir?
For what purpose?
To find the maximum value.
Math.max.
Huh?
I said no built-in function we can use.
Sir, then I have a doubt that as Himanshu solved this math.abs, this is also a built-in function, no?
Yeah, this is function math.max. It will give a maximum number. That is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, and another one. Okay, if I say don't use if and else, then this is also good solution where he was using the while loop someone has done. What is name? Durgesh. Is it? Durgesh.
Actually, it's Asutosh, sir. It's my father's email.
Okay, so that is also good solution. Okay. The thing is like you can take the help of internet while you are doing the exercise things, but try to get the logic, not the code. Means what is the logic? Try to understand the logic. Okay, if you know the logic, if you got the logic, then you can implement in your way. Okay, that is okay to take the help from the internet for the logics. But yeah, try to get the logic, not the code. Next, you can implement those logics in your way. Okay, so yeah. So the main thing is, again, I'm telling you guys have to do the hands-on. For the hands-on purpose, implement the data structures. Okay, those stack, queue, linked list, tree, whatever it is, tree traversal, in order, post order, pre-order traversal, reverse the how to find the depth of the tree. Implement those things in using the Java. Okay, and there are tons of things, right? Whatever those operations, just implement those operations using Java so that you will get some hands-on. Otherwise it is tough, right? Because don't look for now, look for the bigger picture, that is you have a big campusing placements and in 4th year. That is the big deal actually. And even though if you work for the offline off campus, for that also you have to do this type of codings. Okay, for now, because we don't have much time, we will stick with the array and the string. That is the max we can do. But if you want to like for the bigger picture, you have to do those things. And there is a shortcuts, right? There is a tons of libraries. And yeah, for the means if you are interested in any other language for the competitive programming, C++ is the best we have in now. We have C++ is the best compared to other languages. But yeah, there is a pointer is concept is there which is not in Java. Okay, if anyone wants that to change other programming language, because anyhow in next 2 years we're going to learn Python and as well as C. So there are a couple of other programming languages you are going to learn, but make one language which is for you, means you are okay with that language, you can do any implementation using that language. Okay, keep one language like your primary language, that is a Java, C, C++, not C, because in C there is a less number of libraries. So C++, Java or Python, whatever it is, make it your primary language and implement as much you can implement. Okay, because now you guys are free, then implement as much you can implement. Okay, implement first, you start with the data structure implementation and you can follow those 2 books, especially the Narasimha Karumanchi. That is a exceptional book actually. Many follow in IITs also, IIT and ISC, both institute, many students follow those things. For the software engineering role, that is a very good book, because the way they discussed about the algorithms, like from worst solution to the best solution, the way the transition happen, that the book is very good for for the beginners. It is very good book. Okay, so that is what you can do. There are some questions we can go through. Okay, you guys are okay with the palindrome checking and Fibonacci prime number, this kind of stuff. You guys are okay with those things?
So that maximum number I did in another way. Can I show?
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Like this.
What you have done, A by B. Okay. A by B, B by A. Multiplying. Again, you are dividing with A by B plus B by A. What actually it is happening?
Numerator one value like B will become 0.
One of the two values will be 0, right?
Yes.
That multiplication, one of will get 0.
Yes,
And
sir.
the next one is like how many times it will increase. Suppose
Yes, sir. That will be divided.
this case B multiplied by B by A, that becomes 0.
Yes, sir.
And A into A by B, so 200 by 46, that is 4
No, sir.
times.
200 by 200. No, here also B by A will become 0.
Okay. Okay, you are doing again dividing your, okay, yeah.
Yes.
Once you are multiplying and another time you are again dividing the same thing,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, this is also the answer. That is what I'm telling. To solve a particular problem, there are a couple of ways. Now it's up to you for which solution you are talking about and which is the best solution, optimal solution. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, what I'm talking about, you guys are okay, right? With the prime number, how to find a prime number?
Sir.
Right? Prime number, Fibonacci, and like that, Armstrong number, palindrome. How will you check a palindrome? Right?
Yes,
You guys
sir.
know, right? But yeah, how will you check the palindrome? Anyone? How will you check the palindrome? How will you check for the palindrome? That given.
We will check the first number with the last number, then the second
How will
number.
you do? That is okay, but there are two ways you can implement. That is what I'm asking. There are two ways you can implement. Yeah? Sorry?
Reversing the digits and comparing to the original number.
Okay. So yeah, that is one way. For the reversing, so what is the time complexity and the space complexity in your case? What is the time complexity? What is the time complexity? What happened again?
Big O of n.
Big O of n. What is the space complexity? What is the space complexity?
The same
Time
big n.
is big of log.
There are a lot of noise coming from your side. Time complexity is big O of n, means for the solution where he is saying I will reverse the string, means suppose the input array is array 1, then he will take another array where array 2 where it has the reverse of the input, right? That is what you are saying, right? Hello.
Yes, sir.
So what is the time complexity? Time complexity?
So big of log n.
Log n. Why log n? Okay, for your kind information, the string, I talk about the string, that is a character array. Okay? How you are saying big log n? Because traverser itself take a n time, right? You have to traverse the whole array, character array. if I say Malayalam, suppose Malayalam, then it will take n, right? Suppose the length is n, suppose. So how will you reverse the string? You have to traverse from n minus 1 to 0, right? That is what you will get the reverse of this string. Then the traversal itself it will take big O of n. And how will you come up with the log n time? Log n is less than n.
I talked about the number, not the string.
Okay, if it is a number, then how will you do in log n? How will you make it reverse in log n time? Because anyhow you have to traverse all n numbers. Then obviously it will take a log n, big O of n only. Log n, how will you do? Okay, what I know we can't do log n, but if you come up, then we can discuss tomorrow. So the time complexity big O of n, but what is the space complexity?
So big O of n, same.
Big O of n, right? Because we are storing the reverse. So the question is, can we do with the constant space complexity? And the time complexity is big O of n. Can we make it?
So we can use that char function for strings.
I'm talking about, can we do, the function is live, okay, that I will, first I'm talking about how will you do with the constant space complexity. Constant space complexity means I don't want to store the reverse of the given string, right? Then कैसे करोगे? I don't want to store the reverse of the given string. Then how will you do? Time complexity होना चाहिए big O of n and space complexity is constant. How will you do that? Someone told about this actually. Someone told about this solution. Like one pointer will starts from 0, another pointer will starts from n minus 1. See, suppose I have okay. So if this is the array I have, okay. If you reverse this string, then to store the reverse of this string, again I have to take big O of n, space complexity. And obviously for the traversing, it will take big O of n to reverse this string. For the it is a time. But what I want is space complexity should be constant. How will you do this? समझ में आ रहा है मैं क्या बोल रहा हूँ? I don't want you guys to use extra space. Given the array, how will you find it is palindrome or not?
Yes, sir. It will be big O of n, not log n.
So we will check the 0th index with the 8th index like that.
Yes, exactly. Suppose this is the I, this is the J. I is 0, J is n minus 1. Okay?
Yes, sir.
What I will do, suppose this is the array name R. R I is equal to R J. Then I will do, okay, you don't need to do this much also. This one. See, I initialized I and J. Next is while I is less than J. Inside that, if Ri not equal to Rj, that means it is not palindrome. How will you do? See, इतना तो मैं बताया हूँ. अब नेक्स्ट बताओ. मैं क्या कर रहा हूँ, I को J से कंपेयर करूंगा, ओके. फिर I क्या करेगा? सी यहाँ पे, दिस वन, सी दिस वन हियर. पहले I J से कंपेयर हुआ, I J से कंपेयर हुआ, बराबर है? इज इट सेम, राइट?
Yes, sir.
सो I इंक्रीमेंट हुआ, J डिक्रीमेंट हुआ. फिर देखो I और J इक्वल है, फिर I इंक्रीमेंट हुआ, J डिक्रीमेंट हुआ. फिर इक्वल है, I इंक्रीमेंट हुआ, J डिक्रीमेंट हुआ. फिर इक्वल है, I इंक्रीमेंट हुआ, J डिक्रीमेंट हुआ. बट द कंडीशन इज I लेस देन J. Condition breaks and you have to tell yes, it is a palindrome. But there is something I am missing. What is that? How will you say when you reach the state like I equal to J and this while loop will break down, then how will you know that okay, the string is palindrome? How? There is something like flag concept, flag set and reset. What? क्या हुआ प्रॉब्लम? सी, मैं एक फ्लैग ले रहा हूं जिसका 0 है वैल्यू. इफ आई विल गेट एनीवेयर लाइक जहां पे I और J बराबर नहीं है, I will say flag equal to 1 or break. I don't need to check further. I know that this is not palindrome because I और J बराबर नहीं है. Then outside the while loop I will check flag equal to 0 है, then ये palindrome है जो भी. Else it is not palindrome. समझ में आ रहा है मैं क्या बोल रहा हूं?
Yes, sir.
You guys can code it for, this is like I'm not storing any extra array, I'm not taking, so space complexity is big often. Code it for this, code करो इसको, ठीक है? We'll see in next, okay, tomorrow. Okay? Any question?
No, sir.
Okay. So what are, okay. So we'll see tomorrow if you guys can code it. What I still suggest is go back, implement as much you can implement the questions, data structures especially. The stack and queue, linked list, those basic operations you have to implement from the scratch without using libraries. Implement as much you can do, because stack I think there is a direct libraries. Actually in C++ and Python there is a libraries. I think in Java also has the libraries for the stack operation and queue operations. But for the sake of hands-on, you can do from the scratch. Okay. Otherwise these are some basic concepts, but there are tons of problems which are heavy problems. There you guys will struggle. And the competitive coding, the basic, the first logic, the first procedure is don't touch the keypad until unless you are not coming to the solution. First write down on the page, see the solution, is it working or not, then touch the keypad or your keyboard and code it. The main thing is algorithm. If you are not good with the algorithm, then you never can write a good coding problem. You can solve using the coding. The primary thing is coming to the algorithm. Trust me, if you are in an interview, okay, so if it is in the interview, like face-to-face interview, where even though if you can't write the coding, but you can come up with the better or best algorithm, that is sufficient. Even for the Google and the topmost giant, there also they don't demand the programming language. They're more concerned about the algorithms you are implementing. Best time complexity and the best space complexity. They don't bother about the language. Language is a one night language. In one night you can learn any language. For learning a language it will not take time. But to coming to the best logic it will take time. And there what actually the good companies looking for those students or those guys who are good in algorithms. Okay. Because coding का language आज Java है कल Python है, because nowadays Python is more everyone talking about Python. I know that tomorrow Python is also like some Kotlin is another language which may overtake in future, which may overtake the Python in future. The language doesn't matter here. What matters is algorithm. Okay, how good you are in algorithms. Getting what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So yeah, so for the hands-on practice, go back and do those things. Implement the data structures first. Data structures using your whatever your language you want to do. That is fine, but I suggest don't go with the C, because C don't have the libraries at all. Very less libraries. Because for the programming, where you have to write the sorting, you don't need to write the sort. Means for now I'm asking you to write the sorting logic for sake of your hands-on. But when you do in the competitive coding in the interview, there you don't need to write the whole sorting algorithm until unless they don't demand. Direct use the shortcut, that dot sort. Okay, in C++ there is a STL. They have all libraries you can import. But in C there is nothing. But so the basic stuff in C they don't give. That is what. Write every logic in your from the scratch without using libraries. But when you attend the interviews, there if they don't ask you if you can use libraries, then you use libraries. Okay. But you should know whatever you are using the libraries, how the background is working. Like someone told about the sorting, array.sort, it is a one line code, then it will not take the time complexity n log n. But it will take n log n. Because background, the sorting is a method only. You are calling a method which has the same logic, whatever you are writing. Okay. So you should know the background also, how it is working. Do that. What else you can do? And those books I told that, especially Karumanchi book, just read the problems. Just कैसे वो लोग solve कर रहे हैं. I can ensure that the book is very good. Even I do follow. And I have seen in IIT and IISc, people are following those books for the interview purpose. Especially for the algorithm interviews. Okay, do that. We'll see in next. Mostly we will stick with the data structures, array and string based problems. Okay, I will not go dynamic, graph and tree, because those are the heavy problems, and if you are not comfort with the array and string, obviously you are not going to comfort with the graph and dynamic problems, dynamic programming problems, DP problems. Okay, any question? Any question?
No, sir.
Okay, fine. Fine then. Go and implement. Okay. We'll see. I will try to collect some more questions so that we can discuss tomorrow. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Fine. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.